Stop! Where you want to go, Evan? Right. Nobody knows this city better than me.
Justice brought to you by America's Next Top Hooker on CNT. Okay, you know how this works. Courtroom audience names the game. The defendant and the plaintiff have to play it. How should we decide this case?
Make them eat glass!
Put a box of beans on their head!
Cannibalism! Let us eat the poop!
Gladiator cage! Gladiator cage! Gladiator cage! Gladiator cage!
Okay, we haven't had this one in a while. Both of you step into the cage. Okay, on the floor, you will find a sword, a mace, a flail, a hammer, and 2 tridents. Choose your weapon. Okay, now are you ready?
Yes!
Release the lion!
Hey! What the fuck?
That'll teach you to score the man's truck. Damn! That lion ripped off her arm!
Dumb bitch, that's what you get.
Oh, he's coming after you, Mr. Davis. Nice! By the throat! That's what you get for hooking up with a young girl and stalking her in the supermarket. Let this be a lesson to you all. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Damn, I love justice. What did we learn today? We learned that passion can be your undoing. That sensationalist shows like this, celebrity worship, ignoring politics, it feels good. Like I just wake up each morning and wrap my big hands around the American dream and choke the life out of it. Now, studio audience, when the lion is done, you guys can go in and eat the rest.
Let's see what our studio audience thinks. Sir, was that justice?
Sure was. I mean, man, when a couple don't get on, rather than a messy separation, what Judge Grady gave us today was 2 people being messily separated by lines. That shit was dope.
And you, madam?
Wow, I knew it. Tastes just like chicken.
Great.
Just or unjust.
See you next time on Just or Unjust.
From the people who brought you the Domestabot, we proudly present El Chamuco Roboto. It's the robotic future from south of the border.
Politicians may demand illegal aliens leave the country, but I want a Mexican gardener I can ogle.
El Chamuco Roboto. You little devil. The illegal immigrant mower who's also a robot.
I used to pick up illicit gardeners at the Home Cheapo, but then the conservatives cracked down on our freedoms. Now I have the next best thing, El Camucho Roboto.
Actually, that's El Chamuco Roboto. He can mow the lawn, if you know what I mean. Comes with 6 different attachments. Edges,
I can't believe that
special
bitch
designs
fucking
like a
slammed
lightning bolt, landing strip, or danger. Nasty infection ahead.
My life will never feel empty and devoid of meaning again.
El Chamuco Roboto really puts the patronizing racist back into patronizing racial stereotypes. Visit elchamucoroboto.com.
Weasel News.
Weasel News, where the fatal car accident of the day is sponsored by the Liberty City Salamanders women's basketball team, begging you to actually watch a game.
Prominent Deputy Police Commissioner Francis McCreary is considering pushing for promotion to the job with Liberty City's finest when his boss Mick Fitzsimmons retires next month. McCreary has had a glittering career in the police department since growing up in a tough Dukes neighborhood. He's currently engaged in community projects in Bohan and the constant fight against organized crime. He attributes the recent rise in violent crime to illegal immigration.
They call Liberty City the city that never sleeps, probably because soulless advertising agency workers, lawyers, and hedge fund managers are tweaking their faces off on crystal meth to endure 70-hour work weeks. One activist is giving away free hydroponic weed samples and says meth is awful.
If that shit moves into your neighborhoods, it really affects the kids. Good kids trying to make an honest living, running counterfeit clothes or selling pirate DVDs. Now, all they want to do is tweak on that shit.
One love, I'm Jenny Acorn with a fatty. Weasel News.
Controversial Deputy Mayor Bryce Dawkins has been causing offense again and standing up for family values in a speech yesterday that has outraged liberals and gay rights groups. Mr. Dawkins, who has long condemned what he terms the culture of vice that grips our city like an addiction, attacked gay and lesbian groups as undermining the family values that make this nation great. He went on to blame them for encouraging terrorists and having too many annoying parades. I'm Brian Wilkinson, Weasel News.
This is Weasel News.
WKTT 1066. Because the liberal media wants to give your country to an illegal immigrant. WKTT. We know the truth.
Celebrities are what matters in America, and we watch their every move. It's time for Fizz.
It's Fizz time, everybody! The celebrity show that puts the lobotomy back on the cultural agenda. I'm Jane Labrador, and I'm joined as ever by Marcel Lemieux and Jeffron James. And boy, have we got a freshly stuffed show for you today.
That's right. Lie on your stomach and bite your pillow, America. Let's find out what's happening in this crazy world of unceasing celebrity banality.
Let's get down and dirty. Dragon Brain, the movie billed as more CGI, less story, is sending America dragon crazy.
Now here is a movie only the suburbs can enjoy. A bunch of pale, inbred, religious wackos running around in leather clothes and hitting each other with pointy sticks.
What are you talking about? It's fantastic. I can't wait till it comes out in high def so you can see every tear in his tunic as the orcs try to mate with Lord Absentinos.
We wanted to speak to the star of the show, Clive Letter, but unfortunately, his publicist says his penchant for DWIs has him very busy pretending to console the family of the father he killed. Instead, we've got Dragon Brain child star Christopher Tibbets, who played William of Mamory in the film. Here's a piece.
Lord Absentinos, I've never even touched a girl's bottom. Your sword is enormous.
That's powerful stuff.
Thanks. I really learned a lot while doing this film. I learned how to be a self-absorbed and materialistic prick, and the director taught me how to roll a joint.
Christopher, your life must be really exciting right now. Just starting to figure out if you like girls or boys.
I'm living hell for a green car.
I've got a bunch of new Vinewood friends, and I get to wear sunglasses indoors. Plus, I've started doing coke.
What is your favorite memory from the set of Dragon Brain?
Oh, it was great. Between takes, Owen McBarvine, who played the wizard, he'd take me back to his trailer. He performed spells on his trousers and made them grow.
He is so cute. I could just eat him up.
Yeah, eat him up, because there's nothing more appetizing than a tween with a drug problem and a massive ego. What a dick.
Also, we spoke with Magellan. Now, you may remember Magellan from the 80s. His European synth rock was very popular for a while, and now he's planning a comeback.
Good to see you, Magellan. I used to love your records.
Why, of course you did. You're only a human being.
And now you're making a comeback.
Yeah, Magellan wants to set the record straight. It is time for everyone to accept the facts. Magellan has had an enormous influence on the music world. Before me, the records, they didn't spin.
Really?
Yeah, that is super, that is true. Magellan is force of nature. Like death, I invent the wave of rock. That is why I have lace glove.
Meanwhile, in comedy news, our reporter Susan Retriever spent this morning getting tested for herpes. So instead, we all had an incredibly exciting conversation with top comedian Ricky Gervais, who is performing at Split Size to rave reviews.
Hey, Ricky, I got a serious question. How come people from England never laugh?
There's not many people go around in England just laughing because they enjoy it, because then they'd be mental. I mean, you see some people on the street just walking around laughing at nothing, but they also piss in their pants and punch pregnant women in the face. So it's, I mean...
I saw a movie about England once.
What was the movie?
I don't know, but one man wore a leather hood, and the other one cried a lot.
Great. Well, at least you remember where you saw it. Good.
You do jokes about bad people. Some bad people were going to protest your show.
A lot of them didn't make it. A lot of them sort of stopped halfway and took their breath, and then some turned up with placards. But
this is it.
placards,
We're in.
That's very kind of you.